Oh, the Chocolate Mountain Tears is in the house already. Oh, thank you so much, Adrian. Brother James. And my main man at 1,000 grand, PJ Allen. Well, you know how I do it. Real janky with the chives. The energy of the blue Argonaut, I give to everybody. Argonite. Relax your mind and dig the sound during this maple, the season of the maple moon or the worm moon that will be upon us in a few days. As we set the things that we want to manifest and get a push from this thing they say that's in the sky and kind of has a way with cycles and has a way with currents and the tides that has a way with the wolves, brings the wolves out. And brings out all the creatures that move by the moonlight. Okay, this motherfucker's heavy. Yeah, nigga, I'm gonna tell them who I am. God damn, give me a second. God damn. Anyway, welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am your super funky hero, Big Pontiac. I'm also known as A Win. I'm also known as the Time Lord. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins. I am also your galactic daddy-o and welcoming each and every one of you to take a few minutes on my galactic patio from Minnesota to the universe. And tonight's beer, once again, is Boulder Beer's Shake. Dark chocolate porter with natural flavors added. So pop them if you got them. I'm smoking out the big bong tonight, so didn't bring it in. Just got some new wax and shatter, so I'm shattered tonight. So pop them if you got them, smoke them if you want them, for sure. Look at that. Don't you wish you were me? Look at that. Don't you wish you were me? uh, let's see. Crazy Sarge. Adrian. Oh, Crazy Sarge. Brother James Gant. Mr. Lamborghini Laylock. Yes, creatures of the dark, indeed. Yes, definitely creatures of the dark, indeed. Definitely, definitely. Oh, Brother Jay. I guess the first thing I would say is gold. From the last time I came on, gold was around 1950. Gold is around 1935. Just checked. The Fed raised up the percentage, so we'll see if that will help or not. Stocks, for the most part, was up, except for Verizon. It's time to buy Verizon. Verizon is taking a nice little dip, so it's time to buy that shit when they put it lower. Uh oh, I guess I'm gonna talk shit so you guys can fill me in. But I won Notre Dame and I won Indiana. Now, who won the other games? Who won between Bryant and Wichita State, or Wright State, and Texas Southern and Texas A&M? I think them games be on that Truth TV. I don't have that shit. I don't have Truth TV, which is another CBS Turner. Hey, Gray, thank you for joining. No, I didn't see it. I don't have Truth TV. That's what the coach was saying. I missed that one. Carl Thomas was talking that shit tonight. Oh, they was on Westbrook. They was on Westbrook. Oh shit, that nigga was airballing, and oh man, they was screaming overrated, overpaid. He was shook. Westbrook doesn't have it, as I said before. And this ain't shaming a brother. The Lakers purposely put a team together that they knew wouldn't do well. They purposely put a team together that they knew wouldn't do well. Westbrook trade made no sense in any country. There's not one country that trade made sense. To give away those assets, your best shooter, your most consistent shooter, to this dude that's far overpaid, not going to play D. So they purposely didn't want to do well. And that's the only way you can look at it. They see that trading for the Brow was a mistake. They see that was a mistake. Whoops. Might be out of my reach. It is out of my reach. So, Wright State and Texas Southern won. Wow. Ha! All right. I lost Wright State, but I won Texas Southern, so I went 3-1. Went 3-1. So we'll see tomorrow when the real things come. And dating a new girl, and she said, "What was my occupation?" I said, "Playing pickleball. I'm a pickleball playing motherfucker." She said she didn't know that pickleball could be an occupation. I said, "It must be my occupation because that's all I do. Now that the weather's breaking, I pretty much camp out at the pickleball park. Not supposed to be up there after 10, but been known to ignore the locals and just play pickleball all night. They just leave me alone because I cause too much hell if they don't. uh, and y'all notice this shit? The goddamn media. The media is a motherfucker. The media be like, they want war like a motherfucker. These motherfuckers be selling wolf tickets and shit about, well, we need to just drop some bombs on them motherfuckers. You see what, 2 media people got killed over there already. That's their media. But you see they get the latest Fox dude, they got him out in one of the last trains or whatever. But do you see, this is what the other wars was. The other wars was the same thing. You got all these talking heads that ain't got to be out there. You think anybody that's in the media going to have to fight? You think any of them is going to have to fight like they supposedly showing these motherfuckers? Again, they giving away $800 million and don't want to give back the lands that they took from the Woodland Eastern Indians. No, I don't. Fuck some reparations. Fuck some money. They don't give a fuck about money. Motherfucker, give us the land back. Shit, we should get that shit just like what was done to Hong Kong. Okay, you motherfuckers got it for 100, 200 years. That shit, is time to get that shit back. What's the difference between what was given in Hong Kong and what was given to us other than a treaty? That was the treaty they signed. We get this motherfucker back to you. And we have all kind of showing disingenuous trading, getting them drunk, people not understanding that they're giving away millions of acres, not just a couple pastures, crooked dealing, and murder. I mean, $800 million could have went to Americans. This is taxpayer money they're giving away. They give away taxpayer money like it's goddamn monopoly money. I was looking at some shit that didn't make no sense. Now check this out. They said they were giving 800 Stinger missiles. Yes. They said 800 Stinger missiles, guidance systems, but Stinger missiles. They're giving away 9,000 more Stinger missiles and 2,000 javelins, a bunch of guns, 20 million rounds of ammunition. I'm like, that shit ain't 800 million. Now, let me tell you what the Stinger missiles beat the motherfuckers in Afghanistan. That's what took down the Bear helicopters, is the Stinger missiles. But this is money that should be spent, and this is taxpayer money. This is taxpayer money sent to them. How do we get it back? We don't get back that shit that 20 billion in Afghanistan? We're not getting none of that back. And that truly could have taken people out of poverty if that money would have been placed in America. There was no reason other than heroin that they made more money off of. We didn't get a cut of that. We don't get none of the heroin money they bring back over here. They killed the football player because he was like, what the fuck are we guarding this heroin for? Let me see, where am I at? Hey, Necessary Evil, what's happening? DL, what's happening? Watson done his shaming ritual and gonna ball out? Could be. As I said before, the shaming ritual that they did to Adrian Peterson, he couldn't have really afforded that. That really, he was at his prime. He was like right at his prime, and they took that year away from him over nothing, over some false accusations of that he hurt his child. Now, other players, you can take a year, but a running back, you can't take a year like that away from him. And, he's got to play now. He's older. But, yeah, Russ, I don't think Russ is going to, I don't know. I don't think Russ skills, I mean, sooner or later, you're going to have to shoot. I mean, there's really no way to get away from that. Sooner or later, you're going to have to shoot. And if you can't shoot, you're exposed. Zion. But Zion has a special skill that goes, as I said before, Adrian Dantley, Truck Robertson game. That game will never go away. a mug that can go to the hoop and score. That's going to always be there. And that game needs less manipulation. Dudes that can do that. But that's not what we're seeing in the stars. We're seeing the stars, shooting, scoring all the points, but shooting a lot of threes. I mean, you think Kevin Durant tried to win tonight? He only shot 20 shots. What did he go? 8 for 20, 8 for 23? Luka had, what did Luka have? 37, 47? But look at the number of shots Luka took. So you think Durant was really trying to win? And then remember, one of the last defensive plays was his blown coverage. Because his size, he got you 4 or 5. All in the plan to get Bronny. Yeah, oh yeah. Bronny's going to play with LeBron. Bronny's going to the Lakers. You know how we know Bronny's going to the Lakers? What did my man say, Ball? Ball said one of his sons was going to go to the Lakers. So that was kind of a foretelling. Funny, I went to Rice State University in '96 and was about to walk on the hoop. Oh, okay. Devontae. Lakers losing on purpose. That's what it seems like. Ferris Unchained. Snoop playing Anubis in the Super Bowl. Welcome. Now let me tell you about Snoop. This is the thing about Snoop. Snoop is starting to look like Stevie Wonder. He's starting to look like Stevie Wonder. And what I mean is, do y'all remember when Stevie Wonder had it back here? Comedians used to make fun. That's Snoop now. Snoop got, when the locks start back here, that mean all that's bald. Look where his locks is back here. As I was telling you, I had a friend that had all this jerry curl. It just hung too. It hung kind of like a shower curtain. It was almost like individual little lines of jerry curl hanging hair, but bald all back here, which looked ridiculous, but that was him. So, I don't know. Hey, Key, what's happening? All news is fake. I mean, they tell on themselves. So, is it fake when they tell on themselves? It appears like in the reality, some things they have to reveal. I mean, some things they do have to expose themselves on. And some things they want to be exposed on to say, fuck you. Where did COVID go? All the weapons are held and used against us. There you go. I would definitely agree with that. That shit's used against us. I agree. Hey, D, thank you for joining. Little pressure. Thank you. Why you dress like a 17-year-old? Why does your mama dress like a 17-year-old? Why does your mama dress like a 17-year-old? Shit. This shit ain't just for young people. This shit is for anybody who can buy the shit. Now, you want to know why I'm wearing Tommy? Tommy fucking went to high school with Ernie Davis. Ernie Davis won the first Heisman Trophy. And he's all up in when they do Ernie Davis's telling about his history. So I ain't got no problem wearing the Tommy shit. The Tommy shit is quality shit. Motherfuck you. I wear the fuck what I want to. Motherfucker. Matter of fact, I was wearing this shit when the shit came out. What is this? 92, 93, 88, 89? So what? Because young niggas wear the shit, I'm supposed to not wear it? And I was just thinking about baseball hats. Baseball hats, I've been wearing baseball hats since probably 2-3 years old. When I started playing Little League, they was like this, wool. So it was kind of odd. So the sorry player got the hat that was too big. Until, the best thing for Little League was when they came with the snapbacks. And then you could adjust it to everybody's head. So none of this shit is young people. This shit is for anybody who wants to wear this shit. Hey, Smooth, what's happening? Russ wearing dress was humiliation ritual. Yeah. But the humiliation stacked upon the humiliation stacked upon bad play, because he ain't gonna never get better. I mean, he's, the injuries, his age, his type of game. I mean, he has to have certain people around him, and he ain't got them people around him. Uh, uh, okay. I don't really know what that means. Our OGs in their 50s, something, suffering from PTSD. I mean, depending on their background. Depending on their background. I mean, if they was ex-hustler, well, you got to kind of look at it a bunch of ways. If they ex-drug addicts too. A lot of motherfuckers my age is drug addicts like a motherfucker. So if they ex-drug addicts, the experience from that, because that's a type of humiliation. One minute you working good and everything, and because you take the lane of chasing this thing and really not seeing clearly. A lot of motherfuckers had to go to church to get out of that shit. You take one crutch and jump on another. And that's all it is. And so now definitely the people that lived through the 80s and 90s of all the shootings, I mean, that you definitely suffer from that. I mean, hell, I can't say I suffer that, but it's like it has made me always aware and always looking at motherfuckers. And, from my experience and my training, that never went away. So, yeah, I would say some are. Pressure, what's your deal, brother? Now, I mean, let the brother speak. We can let him speak. Chiefs, what's happening? It's been like 14 different Snoops. You could be right. Because again, he should have went to prison. He did, So they had his number when he didn't go to prison because he should have went to prison. You got any part of some type of shooting, and then they tried to spin it. Snoop the new funny nigga after. Felon professor. What's happening? Snoop's the new funny nigga. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Where did all the televised school shootings go? That's a good point. Snoopy with the locks, with the bald head locks. Instagram TV sacrifice. His granddaughter. Yeah, I saw that. And that's not to the granddaughter. That's to bring what does it say? Instigating TV. That's to welcome him, but not for what happened to Snoop. But yeah. What's up, Danny? The real reason Russia's invading Ukraine. What's up, Danny? Guess I can stay on that. No, don't want that on. Okay. Well, it's always been part of Russia, and it has been part of Russia through the Soviet Union. They wanted that little part of Crimea, and they took it. And so, if you look at the country or the states or the cities that border Russia, them is mostly Russian ethnic people that live in Ukraine. They like that living on that side instead. But ethnically, they're basically Russian people. Now, it's not just propaganda seeing some of them Ukrainians as Nazis. That's not propaganda. Some of them Ukrainians, remember, it wasn't long ago, you can see that shit of them Ukrainians having the Nazi shit flowing. We know their mafia is a motherfucker. Their mafia is probably more crooked than the Russian mafia, or I'll say it rivals. I'll say the Ukraine mafia and the way they get to operate worldwide on worldwide events is probably just as effective as the Russian mafia. So that's that. They went in there to try to crush that shit too. So now, does the world want another war? shit, the press definitely was. You know, it's always the motherfuckers yelling about war, but they ain't got to go. You get all these people in the press that want war and talk about war like we've seen them do many other wars. Let them go. Let them go. You so bad, let them go. Hey, Jay. I don't know what that means. You slice trolls up. You gotta hear pressure. We want. I still cop Tommy. He said he said because Tommy's racist. Tommy probably ain't racist. Chiefs. That's some bullshit. If you believe that shit, you know what? You know that shit that they said about Tommy in the 90s? You know who said that shit? The person that sold Fat Farm. He made up a rumor about Tommy clothes so people would buy Fat Farm. And what did you see? You didn't see a big jump to buy that shit, and that shit still don't exist, do it? The Tommy shit still exists. I got a Tommy, no, matter of fact, I gave it to my sweater. Excuse me, I gave it to my son. I had a Tommy sweater 14, 15 years, still always went to the dry cleaner, still look good. Gave it to my son. 15 years. So, like I said before, I like quality of clothes too. I'm 44 and still fresh. There you go. He really reading it. Let's get wet. Those questions are crazy. Alcohol messed up. Never saw it coming. People think that shit is still harmless. Huh? Yeah. I'll say, the thing with alcohol and what was done to the people in the Americas. I mean, we took the hallucinogenics. We didn't really drink. We didn't really ferment it the way the Europeans ferment it. It was a little different. We had a type of chocolate that was made in South America that was a little stronger, but we fermented a little different. And so, again, the spirits that made in Europe, rum, rum was a thing they would bring over here. These people weren't prepared for it. And it was used as a weapon against the people. I mean, they kept exposing. That's why they hated Tecumseh and the prophet, because the prophet was like, we as a people, this is some wicked shit to us. And he was an ex-drunk. But once he was risen, they was like, they put together sober communities. They was like, you cannot live up here with us if you still drinking that shit. And so all the American Indians from the Midwest that would come into Prophettown, which is basically parts of Ohio, I would guess. Ohio, what's the state over? But around Ohio, like it would be probably northern Ohio, Canton. I don't know, maybe even more northern than Dayton, Canton, somewhere in there. I think Watertown is the time they talk about. But it was a place where you gotta sober up. You not bringing that shit here. And they was going around to all the tribes in the Midwest saying, that's one of the first things we got to get rid of for our people, is we got to quit drinking this bullshit. My father got it's always talking about sending 10K on a Tyson fight, living in the memories, never created a business. Well, everybody ain't got the possibilities to create a business. Never created a business. Well, depending how old he is, again, it was just jobs. Like, it's funny, I've said this many times, but I've experienced this. I was listening to some people talk, and they told a story I've told on here before, and I know it wasn't just my experience. My father used to try to get people to work in General Motors when it was, plenty of jobs. This is before the 80s. In like the early 70s to mid 70s, I would say 72, 73, it was so prosperous. It was so prosperous that a person would get fired from one factory and could walk across the street and start working another job. It was that many jobs. And I heard somebody say this. I was watching something. They said a story I've been saying for years because I knew dudes who had done it. He's like, man, fuck working in that factory where ain't no air conditioning. I'm working in a factory across the street where they got air conditioning. So, got with Wu-Tang to promote Tommy X. Never believe they now have the ludicrous song in the commercial. Snoop sacrificed granddaughter like Mike Tyson's daughter. Yeah, Mike Tyson's daughter. They said that she got choked by the rope that went to treadmill. Definitely some type of sacrifice. Hey, what's up, B Brown? What's happening? That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing. It's like we're all in Plato's cave, and we in the back of the cave, and we reacting to all the shadows. I mean, that's what a lot of us are. We're scared of the shadows. We don't want to venture out and do anything, but believe what the shadow is. Praise the shadow. The shadow is the new good, the god, the og, the dog. And we are the most easily deceived people. I mean, this last election shows you how easily it is to deceive the people. And that's why they really bring and like they make Cardi B a leader. Biden interviewed Cardi B. I mean, they make these people that are really, if you look at them, we look at them as clowns. Yes, they're making these clowns rich, but it's like we are also making them rich because we support their music on people that are obviously singing or putting out vibrations that are harmful. Excuse me. And so that's why. I mean, it's we fall for it. As a people, we fall for it over and over again. We'll stumble. We are the type of people that will take a lap around a track and the fucking steeplechase jump water thing ain't never moved. It's still there. And we don't even try to steeplechase jump over it. We just walk through the thing, duck down, and walk through the water and walk around. And then when we come around again, we do the same thing. I mean, too many people are easily fooled, and they're going to always be fooled. Nothing's going to bring them or bring them out of it. I mean, they are too far into it. Being comfortable sometimes can be slavery, because that's what society wants you to do, is be comfortable. They want you to be comfortable when you're older. So bust your ass when you're younger, break your body in some cases. Because I've watched men that were broken in their 50s and they worked their whole life, honest men. But by the time they was in their 50s, when they should have been retiring and slowing down, most of their bodies was broken. And these ain't athletes. These just dudes that just worked. Because the type of work they had to do for 30 years whooped their ass. And so you had these broken men. And I think those are a lot of forgotten people. Raised families, did the best. And, families get funky on you. Putin going to go out with a bang. We'll see. It's full propaganda. Vanetta, what's up? What's happening? Thank you for joining. Moon Rock, what's happening? Stuck to the back of the rim. Yeah, those are the good ones. That was a few days ago. Okay. Eric, what's happening? Do I remember Eddie Bauer? Yeah. Shit. The Mall of America. Nah, fuck. The outlet still has an Eddie Bauer. Cherokee? No, not Cherokee. Not well. A little bit through maybe is it Tennessee or Kentucky? Um, my great grandmother's family comes from Kentucky, so maybe a little bit through that. But mostly Sapani, Catawba out of North Carolina. Um, and then we're Wanawampkins out of the Boston area. I say the shit wrong every time. Yep. Spirits, literally. My friend's tribe here in California are suffering from drugs and alcoholism, 89 or 90%. Yeah, yeah. All right, brother, I'm going to just put you in timeout because you ain't going to just sit here and throw thing after thing. You got to let other people say something. Hey, Lorenzo, what's happening? You're not going to just post over and over again. I mean, that's trolling. We understand you got something to say. Oh, well. But it's supposed to be a conversation between all of us. So you want to play like those rules? That's cool. Uh, so we're smarter. We're smarter. We take care of our bodies better. We don't let these places break us down like that anymore. We take care. We stay in shape. Eat better. It's like what's funny is we don't drink the water that comes out of the sink, but yet the biggest organ in our body is exposed to it is our skin. Your skin is the biggest organ, and we expose ourselves to this water. So what's the difference in drinking it compared to showering in it? Because we take in more of the water when we shower compared to what we drink. Other than it tastes nasty as hell, I agree. The shit that comes out the sink is nasty tasting. The shit that comes out the bottles has a better taste. And when you can make it yours, but see, they claim that they can even purify the shit out the sink. I've tried it. It takes away some of the nasty taste. Not all of it, but some of it. Uh, Hands down, Derek Coleman is top 5 power forward. Derek Coleman? Ooh, I don't know about that. Now, we talking about college, maybe, but not pro. Not pro. And in college, didn't they choke? Yeah, they lost in college. Derek Coleman, huh? I saw Derek Coleman play. I want to say Derek Coleman was with the Nets. And I saw him play a couple times with the Nets. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he played with the Nets. I don't know. You would put him over Chris Webber? I don't think I'd put Derek Coleman over Chris Webber. I think Chris Webber was the better player than Derek Coleman. I don't think I'd put um, Grant. Would you put Derek Coleman over Grant when Grant was at the Bulls? I don't know if I'd put him over him. We talking about power forwards. Definitely not over Carl. Trying to think who else. Barkley. Barkley really was a 3, but he played a 4 sometime. I don't know if I put him over that. Put some respect on DC. Kitty Anderson. Kitty Anderson. Yeah, yeah. I hate tap water, especially the water in the city. That's mostly when I was a child. And you know, this is the thing about most water systems. Most water systems are over 100 years old. I mean, most of this stuff was done, like you take big cities, this stuff was done in the 1890s, 1900. But generally, most places, if you was around in the 1900s, you still living in them pipes from the 1900s. Now most of us by now should be out of where we have cast iron pipes. I mean, you can have cast iron sewer, but now you don't want cast iron pipes as far as your water. You should have some type of water, copper coming into the house from the main. But if you do, I mean, there's treatment. James Worthy, yeah, DC could hit the threes. Yeah, James Worthy was better. I know Craigslist, them brothers don't really like Worthy. Worthy was cold. Worthy was the unstoppable one-on-one matchup. And again, he played like Zion played, going to the basket, taking them little short shots. I mean, I guess I don't add him enough, but his game was the same way. Taking dudes to the basket. That's what he did. Took dudes to the basket, dropped him off, or dunked on him. I mean, he had that Dr. J. Him and Mark Aguirre, they more Connie Hawk. Well, just as much Connie Hawkins, Dr. J influence, but he was like this, poking him. I don't know where he was cold. Where's Allen Iverson all the time on your list? He played football and basketball. Athlete. Wow, he's probably one of the greatest athletes to ever play pro basketball. As far as athlete, as far as point guard, I would put him behind Magic, and I'd put him behind Isaiah. Trying to think of other point guards. I mean, he would probably be in the top 5 all-time point guards, but definitely behind Magic and Isaiah. Definitely behind them. Now, was he more athletic than both of them? Absolutely. Absolutely was. Did both of them play on better teams than he did? Absolutely. Imagine if they would have given Iverson a good team. I mean, them teams he was on was subpar. They were subpar teams. So, yeah, Iverson is up there. Great player. Definitely great player. Yeah, that tap water. Well, I can smell when they add it. When they add chlorine to the line, you can definitely tell. That's why I use, like, I don't have soft water heater, so I always get a soap with salt in it. I put a water filter on my shower head. It has tremendous effects on my skin. I might have to do that. Yeah, see if I can do that. Because you can have some salt coming in there. You can feel the difference. Salt really clings to your skin. So, good idea. Thank you. AI's top 3. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. AI versus Stockton. I take AI. AI did not have, number one, the calls. Stockton was dirty for being his size. But again, if you go into Karl Malone and they call it foul, almost every time, I mean, it wasn't hard. And again, if you have a game where they're going to allow that, it was scripted for Stockton. Remember, it was scripted. They're still trying to keep, the most valuable European player out there, American European, but that's what Stockton's role was. That's why it was so important for him to break Magic's record of assists. So they put him in that Gonzaga back then made the league at 6 foot. Come on. So you see that they put him in a role. So no, AI is better than Stockton. AI again didn't have a quality Hall of Fame player like that either. Keep in mind, I'm Mississippi Gulf Coast. We down in the swamp. The swamp is known to have dirty water. Oh, okay. Manuel Rodriguez, what's happening? BP just dropped by to wish you a good night. Well, thank you. That's very kind. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you. Gary Payton over AI? Definitely not. Definitely not. Defense, yeah, but not all round game. Because Iverson was quick enough to stay with people too. Even if they was bigger than him, he was quick enough to kind of press them and stay with them. I would say probably quick as he. I'd like to see some old films of Muggsy Bogues trying to guard Iverson because Iverson was probably quicker than Muggsy Bogues. I'm trying to think. Georgetown played Wake Forest. Trying to think who else was at Wake Forest. I don't know if they played in college. Only veteran player on Iverson's 76ers team was Mutombo, and he was prime. Yeah, but he wasn't a force. Yes, help defensively, but that's it. He wasn't helping you offensively. He wasn't going to be great in the pick and roll. You know, he wasn't somebody that you could pick and roll with all day, and he was a threat to score. Plus, he was very ugly. uh, uh, okay. Hands down, Derek Coleman. You like Derek Coleman? Tom Brady's guts to come back and play football. Oh my goodness! It was like Tom Brady coming back was just like me showing you Alex Smith's leg. I mean, it's the same thing. It's no possible way a 47-year-old man without a script can play. I mean, that right there shows you mocking people, saying you can be 50 years old and play in the NFL. Who else would get that chance? Who else would get that chance? They didn't let Joe Montana play until he was 47. Put some respect on. uh, okay, you only got one more time to say that. That's almost trolling. So, I hate tap water, especially the water in my city. Taste has been nasty since I was a child. Now I say this about, we get the Mississippi River, or they do in the city, and it was cold all the time. Even in the summertime, the water always came out cold. Wasn't the greatest tasting, but always cold. Why y'all talking about magnets on the basket? Y'all talking about magnets on the bake ball? I don't get that. What is bake ball? Sean Kemp, yeah, you got to put him up there too. He would play on both ends. He blocked a lot of shots too. You could run pick and roll with him. I just, he went into the league at 19. Didn't have a lot of really good guidance. And wasn't a very handsome man. He wasn't a handsome teenager. He wasn't a handsome young man. And so when a lot of these cats start getting some pussy thrown at them, they just jump into it. And he has all them children. And there's nothing wrong with having a lot of children, and he probably could afford, but he paid a lot of money. Because again, when you play in sports, they taxing you for child support. And I know he loves all his children, but I mean, I'd imagine the amount of wealth it took away from him and gave to them women. Because that's really you giving the money to them women. So just not smart. Okay. Yeah. Tap water smell like chlorine. Absolutely do. On my shower head, and it has tremendous effect. Okay. Am I back that far? Oh, yeah, I am. Hey, Pale Horse. I respect Stockton more than Iverson. Was different. It's not even comparable. Yeah. Iverson was. Sat in the Pale Horse. Yeah, Iverson was I mean, talent-wise, probably one of the most talented basketball players ever. Stockton was okay. He was okay. I mean, he really benefited off a system. You put Stockton somewhere else, what was he gonna do? You put Stockton with the Bullets. You think Stockton would be in the Hall of Fame? You put Stockton in Sacramento. Do you think Stockton would be in the Hall of Fame? So do you see how this was all put together? I mean, they just did what Oscar Robertson and Wayne Embry did. That's all. That was the script. Have a big man that can pick everybody and make you guard them too. They're gonna get the calls. You put enough, Jeff Hornacek, again, they want American Europeans out there, and that's kind of was their role. A good team that had a lot of American Europeans playing. That was their role. They had to highlight a few American Europeans, and that's what they did with Stockton. Because it's dudes in prison that was better than him and just didn't get the right circumstance. He had the right circumstance, and then he fit the script of what they was looking for. That's kind of how it works. I remember yesterday watching UConn versus Georgetown with Ray Allen hit that double pump game winner. Still don't know how Junkyard Dog missed that putback. Yeah, because they had him. Oh, that was a good game too. That was a real good game. What about Tony Parker? I'm not crazy about Tony Parker, but I'll say this: didn't really have a 3-point shot. However, quickness. You know what? The player I saw in North Carolina that was Kenny the Jet Smith, I saw that player be Tony Parker in the NBA. Tony Parker was so quick. And I mean, the amount of layups he got for his size, but quickness. I mean, his quickness. And again, he was the same kind of agenda, bring them motherfuckers from Europe, that agenda. He was part of that. But his quickness, and again, why did he get the opportunity? Why did he get the opportunity? Same thing. Why? What was so great about this just short person that's playing in Europe when you could have got American the same height that would have done just as well if he'd been given the opportunity. So that's my thing on Tony Parker. He was artificially put in a good situation. Murray State. Joe Montana could come back. Yeah. Uh, the only guy that wore 2 knee pads. We talking about Mark Madness a little bit Isaiah, a little bit. Yep. Steve Young over Joe Montana. I guess different situations. I mean, Montana was perfect for the West Coast offense, the short passes. Didn't have a terribly strong arm. And then he had Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice was shit. He caught probably 80, 90 passes in college under playing with Willie Toten. So he was a guy used to catching passes. Willie Toten probably had a better arm, but Jerry Rice, could get open quick, deceptively quick. Never ran a fast 40 time. I think he was like 4.6. I don't think he ever ran a fast 40 time. Now I could be wrong, but it seems like he wasn't fast. But football is not about being fast. It's about getting open, understanding defenses and getting open, and being able to make cuts on people. I mean, I had a guy, I ran a post flag on him, and I remember I just, boom, hit the post. And as soon as the DB turned his hips, he's done. Once you go hit, and I hit the post and you turn your hips, you're done. There's no way you can recover. Deion Sanders couldn't recover on a good throw. I mean, a duck, of course, but a good throw, once you get them to commit and turn their hips, and then you bust back out to the flag, that can't be stopped. That Alex Smith leg video you did, they pushing players with prosthetics in the league, perhaps, could be. Thank you, James. Thank you for the kind words. Top 75. Yeah, I noticed that too. Thank you, James. Brother James. The ball during the Warriors game today was very slippery. I wonder if they switched out the material for different games. Possibly, possibly. I think that Smart hurt Steph on purpose. Smart's kind of a dirty player, and he would take a role like that. It looked like he hurt him on purpose. There was no reason for him to go into him like that. He didn't go after the ball. He went into his leg. So, they'll hurt people. And I think that's part of what they did. I'm surprised the controllers couldn't keep up with Peyton Manning, and they just let him go out there like he said. He had no feelings in his finger type. But again, Brady is the chosen one. Yeah. And Manning, wasn't a strong player as it was. Neither one of them. I mean, given different players, I don't even know if they would have made the league 22 times. 22 times. Memphis Tigers get their 22nd win tomorrow night. Could be. 22 times. You're telling me that 22 shots, the police couldn't come? Wow. And why did they release that? That's what's in it. Turnback own all the top point guards in the league. Then 4 or 5 years, I think he should have been top 75. Well, I gave my argument on some of the players that, okay, I would say Tony Parker should have been put over Earl Monroe. I would put Tony Parker over Earl Monroe. Trying to think. Bob Pettit. I'm not Bob Pettit, Bob Cousy. Bob Cousy wasn't that great a player. He really wasn't. He watched the Globetrotters play, and he put that in his game. Wasn't that great a player if you watch his skill level not very high. And of course, you can say, "Hey, D. Still, thank you for joining me." Brett Favre, yeah, they let Brett Favre play old. Do you think Ray Lewis was overrated? Small. And you telling me that he's effective playing middle linebacker when you had linemen and you had guards and tackles? Okay, Ray Lewis, what? 6 foot. You got tight end 6'6", 270, solid. Lineman 290, 300 pounds, 6'8". And this little 6 foot guard he's just a monster tackling. Was he maybe 6'1", 6'2"? So definitely overrated. Definitely overrated. The whole defense was overrated. Ray Lewis overrated. Yeah, I think he was overrated. Not a very big dude. Notice when they added the backboard for the NCAA tournament, check the bottom square where the rim and backboard meet. There's something yellow surrounding the back of the rim. Okay. Lamar Jackson overrated. I think it's still to be seen, but yeah, I mean he's with it. Remember, don't give him a pass and think he ain't with the fuckery. Remember when he played against Tennessee when they was the number 1 rated team? They only lost 1 or 2 games that season, and it was time for a first down, and he ran into the back of one of his men. One of the common things we see with quarterbacks. Then he turns his back. Remember that? He runs into his own man, then he turns his back and tries to run backwards to get the first down. I mean, fuck him too. Fuck Lamar Jackson. He with the fuckery too. He with the fuckery. He ain't no true player. He's with the fixing. So nah. Jackson cannot throw. Kinda can. He kinda can. I would have been cool with the NBA during 30 teams all time, starting 5, and that one play each team like LeBron tied to the Cavs. You know what I'm? Okay, yeah, Lorenzo, I got what you're saying. Bill Walton. Oh, Bill Walton is totally overrated. Bill Walton only had 1 or 2 really positive seasons. Yeah, he's way over. Now, college player, great college player, but not a great pro player. Not a great pro player. He was the great European hope. That's why he beat Dr. J during the first full season of the merger. First full season of the merger, and they had some ABA players on that team too. But that was a shaming ritual for the ABA and Dr. J to let Walton win. That team never was good again. Yeah, Marcus Smart always does some corny shit. Shaq and the fool. He kicked his leg up, Klay Thompson, on that fast break. Yeah, he kicked him in the air. Sure did. Sure kicked him in the air. Christian McCartney on the Chiefs now. How did the Chiefs got all that money? They raised the salary cap got raised. I can't remember the amount, but they did raise the salary cap. But yeah, that's a good point. Lewis pretty big, 6'1". Still, that's my size. I played at 6'1". I played at 225, but I was listed at 6'1". Now, you think I had a chance at 6'9"? Like, what are you gonna do against tight end or a tight end double team? You bring him out, shoot the tackle at him, swing the tight end. I mean, it's just 6'1". Yeah. So he wasn't that big a dude back there. It's like Sam Mitchell or no Sam that played with New Orleans. He was like 5'8", 5'9", made the Hall of Fame. Played in the USFL. Come on, get out of here with that shit. I can't think of Sam's name that played New Orleans, but he played in the USFL too. The fuck out of here. Don't mention the NBA All-Star 75. I'm still my feelings about that. Yeah, I mean, Jackson told to throw games. Yeah, absolutely told that. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, a running back. In some ways, all the quarterbacks throw games. All the players throw games. Then just say one position. My boy sent me a fake meme. I work third shift. I don't see it right now. My bad. Okay. He's short. Yeah, like 6'4". I think Derrick Henry was going to break the rushing record last season, but they slowed him down with that fake injury. Then all of a sudden he plays in the playoffs. That's a good point. That is a good point. Hey, Jack, what's happening? I'm ready for Michigan to get abused by Colorado State tomorrow. I gave the emotional pick with Michigan, but I wouldn't be surprised they lose. Derrick Henry, definitely overrated. What's happening, conspiracy? What's happening? Smooth and light skin players, but especially quarterbacks. Well, quarterbacks had the biggest part to fix. McCarthy come from line of football players. Yeah, his daddy. His daddy played. Deshaun Watson, clear all criminal charges. Why haven't they locked up the 22 women who lied? Oh, they still trying to get that bread from him. They still going after him civilly. The civil charge ain't went nowhere. So they still going after him civilly. So, but it's a shame ritual for him, no doubt. Because they see women as a lie on Watson. Nothing but the truth says. Von Miller gets 6 years contract with the Bills at his age. What about did y'all follow baseball? Freddie Freeman now, the way they tie up players, they do baseball players dirty, where baseball players got to get paid in their 30s because they'll tie him up. Freddie Freeman, he's 32 years old, and this is the first time he's a free agent. The MVP last year, won with the Braves, but he's freaking 32 years old and now got a 6-year deal, $165 million. They do baseball players dirty. I mean, we see the numbers, but if you look at a lot of players just whole careers playing minor leagues, and minor leagues pays well now. You can have a minor league career and really live well. It's not like the old days where they didn't make shit. You got million, 2 million a year players in the minor league, if not more, before they go up or if they don't go up. You see Curry injury. Vegas called it in and took his ass out. There was too much money on, yeah. Christian McCartney not with the Chiefs. Christian McCartney is not with the Chiefs, or he is with the Chiefs. Did he get traded with the Chiefs or not? I didn't really watch much ESPN today. I've been gone. It's been nice here. I'm sorry I haven't made the responsible daddy hour, but we've been walking. So it's been so nice. I walk the girls to school and I walk them back. So we just been walking, and I'm not going to sit there and hold the camera while we walking. That's kind of stupid. So I've got to figure out another way to tie it in. But it's so nice. We walk. And one day, yesterday we rode bikes. So it's been nice. So sorry that I haven't been coming on in the afternoons. Maybe I'll do a little thing from here. You watch a Notre Dame game? No, I do not have the Truth TV. It is not in my cable system. I had to call my buddy. He's like, yeah, I got the shit. So I don't have it. Some reason we don't have it because it's nothing but another Turner channel. So uh, Watson goes to another team. I say the Panthers. He played at Clemson, the team with the Carolinas. Yeah, me and PJ was talking about that the Panthers was considering him. Notre Dame won in honor of St. Patty's Day tomorrow. That's a good point. Killian's used to make a green beer, and they don't make a green beer anymore, but they used to. They used to make a green beer. It's pretty good. Killian beer gives me gas like a motherfucker. Like no other beer gives me gas, but I drink that shit, and that shit's all in my chest. Gas in your chest is uncomfortable in a motherfucker. But you know, St. Patty's Day ain't nothing for melanated people to fucking celebrate. That's you celebrating massacre. That's when you got really Saint Christopher Columbus is a title. So you have the Christos called St. Patrick's, which he was the original Christopher Columbus, and you have him killing the Twa people. The snakes is the people, the Twa people that lived in Ireland. So that's what you celebrate. You celebrate massacre, people that are murderers. That's nothing to celebrate. There's no melanated people, and I got Irish in my family, but that ain't shit to celebrate. That ain't shit to celebrate. That shit is just as bad as Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving ain't nothing for melanated people of America to fucking celebrate. St. Patrick's Day, fucking Thanksgiving is something we should not celebrate. Yeah, we should enjoy the time off with our families. But fuck saying that fucking Thanksgiving and fuck St. Patrick's Day. Fuck that shit. That shit is about massacre. And motherfuckers celebrate that shit. I watched on a site called freestreaming.com. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I got something like that. I'll be getting the fights with some shit like that. When there be fights, I got some shit I can watch. Watch the fights for free. Especially that goddamn MMA shit. I would never pay for that bullshit. I don't like it that much. Okay. I'll have to try that when they start doing like the second round. But I like the way the games, it's gonna be a bunch of motherfucking games tomorrow. I'm still playing pickleball. I'm gonna be like, fuck some games. I'm gonna play pickleball. But it's cool the games come on at noon. I ain't got shit to do at noon. Because I ain't gotta walk with the girls, because I go park my car, I go park my truck, and I walk to the school, and then I walk back. So I get a bunch of walking, just walking with them. So yeah, so yeah, I'll check that stream out before. I'll check something like that. Yep. But thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you for yeah. Maybe some people out there that don't know that, and that's perfect to tell them. I appreciate it. Well, I wasn't gonna stay too terribly long tonight. March Madness is great. Games all day. Yeah, definitely that. Definitely. And I'll say this, and I we have two problems. We have actors that we become attached to. We have actors in college, we have actors in pros, and we become attached to these actors. Now, again, the college actors only have a short time to act, so they're not as good as actors as the pros, because the pros have been doing it. They got the college and the pro acting in. And so we become attached to it. But it's yeah, a lot of it is ruined and a lot of it is corrupt. But still a chance for people that were cream of the crop in high school to take a step up. I mean, that's not denied. You do, just like I said, John Stockton. He did play in Gonzaga. Somebody thought he was good enough. He played 4 years there and started. Now they're in one of the smaller conferences out there, so he's playing St. Mary's and them schools until they went to the tournaments. I imagine they had some open games, but it took some skills. I'm not saying the man was skillless. No, I thought I had better skills than him at the same age. I know I did. I had a 47-inch vertical and could shoot and could pass. So you see how they chose him. But I had to sacrifice shit. They want to attack my family and they don't give us shit because they know who we are and they know what we say. And there's people that listen to what we say. But that's all right. It goes into them attacking our bloodline. We understand that, and that's part of being a strong bloodline. It's like we're gonna take these hits, but spiritually we're gonna come out winning because spiritually we are right. And long as we live as being good people, we will lead the right amount of people to the right place. Everybody, the message I give, the message my brother gives, the message some other people give, it ain't for everybody. And those of you out there, don't the days of saving people is over. You can't save, this ain't Captain Save a nigga, drop that. Now, if somebody asks you about something that's enlightened, definitely share it. Definitely share it with them. Definitely share it with them. But for the people that don't get it, don't try to make them get it. Hey, Moon Rocks. No problem, Bob. That shit. The only you would have to worry about on that shit is pop-ups. Gonna be tons of magnetic balls tomorrow. I agree. Tons of them. John Stockton was a hell of a player. He didn't get the credit he deserves. Okay. Okay. Everything's a distraction from you finding who you truly are. That is it. That is it. Anything taking you away from self. Anything taking you away from self or outside of self. And that's the problem with religion. The religion wants you to find God outside of you. You can't find something outside of you that's inside of you. That's the problem with religion. They want you to find it outside of you. They don't want you to realize that it is you. You don't have to look outside of you. That's why I was saying with drug addicts. You go from being a drug addict to being a Christian. I mean, you just switching one drug for the other. Because again, both things are outside of you. You think if you keep chasing the drug, chasing the drug, chasing the drug, that is your God. I mean, money don't mean shit to you, only a way to get the drug. That's all money mean to you. Money don't mean a way of wealth building or being comfortable. Money only means to get high. And people stay in these situations for, like the young lady I mentioned. Shit, she probably started getting high when she was in her 30s and kept getting high until she was in her 50s, probably 20 some years. Now, I can't say people don't change because people do change. No, 41 ain't old. Nope, 41 ain't old. 41 ain't old. I told the story before when I was 16 and I saw my cousin turn 24 and I was like, damn, that nigga old. No, it's not old. Well, when you really get in your 50s, people think you old. Let me tell you a beautiful story. Okay. I'm glad I thought about that. Okay, check this out. So I was walking in I was getting gas, playing my numbers and shit the other day. And I was walking up, this young brother that kind of beat me to the door. He held the door open for me. Okay, dig this though. He holds the door open for me. I thank him. He says, okay. But the cash registers, like you walk in the store, and you know how the cash registers to your left. And so we walk in the store, and of course the cash registers to our left. I hesitated. And he played off it. He went right up. You open the door for me, brother. You go right ahead. So do you see how the interchanging, how it works? The people that aren't aware would have walked through the door and walked right up to the cash register. But because there was a movement, a fluid movement, because what we were doing was a fluid movement. And so my ego wasn't involved. It's like he held the door open for me. Come on in, you go first. Tell you a second part, same kind of shit. I had to teach my daughter this. My daughter and I are in the dollar store. I'm getting some tin foil, Reynolds wrap and shit. A lady leaves her basket and goes shopping, like she walks around to another register to keep grabbing shit. Me and my daughter walk ahead of her. And the lady kind of looked at us, and my daughter stepped out. So, okay, I follow my daughter just to teach her the lesson. The lady was a bitch. The lady she bitched at the lady that's getting some bullshit. She bitched at the person taking her money and shit. And it's like, I told my daughter, I say, see, when you're in a position of power, don't get a power up like that. She left. She wasn't going to say shit to me, but you backed up because you are a good person. Yes, I understand that. But did you see how she treated that other lady? She's like, yeah, she was a bitch. That's right. So we should have let her bitch ass sit behind us. So you got to feel the energy. You got to feel the energy. You got to know that this wasn't a person that you step back to because she wasn't worth it. So, you can still get women pregnant in the 40s. That's not all. You can still get women pregnant. A man can get. You got 70-year-old dudes. Jack Lemmon, look him up, and his child is old by now. Is older, younger than me, but Jack Lemmon had a child like 74, 75. Old Hollywood actor. He might not even be alive anymore, but he had a child at 74. So you can have children up to your 70s. You know, the problem is you can get it up, but you might not be able to get it in because it might not be around enough to get it in. But no, you can have children. Man can have children almost their whole lives. You know, yeah. Long as you got enough swimmers. Long as you got enough. Hey Z, what's happening? No, I didn't. I maxed out on 25. I maxed out with 25 brackets. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Nah, I played it last year, but ain't really that excited about it. The spiritual realm, we want everyone. We love to come along, but that's not the reality. Yeah, yeah, we want everyone, and that's our weakness is we want everyone. And I say even some stories in the Bible. It's like the motherfuckers say don't look the fuck back, and this bitch look back. So that's the problem. It's like people won't move ahead, and they'll hold you back. So that's the thing. You just can't save them. Chief Sky, yeah, 41. 41. He talking shit. It's not really. Ryan Osley had a child in the 60s. Yeah, I got a 10-year-old. So I had a child at 50. So did my brother. Shit, my brother had one at 51, 52, 53, something like that. Yeah, I'll be 26 next year. And 41 is old to me. I got you. I got you. I got you. But yeah, I mean, yeah, men can have children long as they can skeet enough to get up in there. So yeah, it's not like women. Women like that Janet Jackson shit. I don't know, chick having a baby at 50. And I know that Venus or Serena didn't have no baby. I know she didn't, because I don't care what nobody say. Everybody ain't a man in Hollywood, but Serena Williams is a man. I mean, if there was ever, and I know a lot of people get on me for calling them horse face, but there's a type of people that have horse faces. Serena is a horse face, and that's how you tell it's a horse face. Like Tori Spelling is another one. She was the original horse face. Tori Spelling was the original horse face, and Tori Spelling, look at her. Look her up. Tori Spelling, you see that horse face. It's the same face that you see as Serena. Serena is not what they show. All that pregnant shit is like the mag, and you can look the shit up yourself. Conscious Daughter just did a video of that where you can buy the fake tummies and shit. You can buy that shit. They sell that shit. They sell every trimester and everything. So you got all these people faking it. Dwayne Wade's wife tried to fake it, and they caught her ass. Like, wait a minute, bitch, we got a picture from you yesterday. You ain't just had no baby. So they fake it. And Venus Williams, or yeah, whatever, Serena, whatever, not Venus, the other one. Venus is kind of, I don't know. So, but that's the falsehood they try to show you. That's the Baphomet. That Williams is the obvious Baphomet. That is the living Baphomet right there. That's the living Baphomet right there. That's Baphomet that lives is right there. 1,000% male, definitely. You think Michael Jackson's kids is his? Wouldn't be hard to be his. Wouldn't be hard to be Mike's. Wouldn't be hard. Uh, I think they are. I think they are. It wouldn't be hard for him to father kids. I think he's that burned up dude. Like Sly showed the video, that burned up dude. I think that was Mike right there. uh, Hermie, what's that mean? Why do you think some people become woke and others don't? Because it ain't meant to, everybody ain't meant to wake up. Brittany Grimer, yeah, that's another one. Brittany Grimer definitely is the dude. That's why she paying child support. Brittany Grimer got that person pregnant and married, and that's why it's paying child support. Because Brittany Grimer, if they did the DNA test, would be the daddy. Brittany Grimer, you are the daddy. uh, do you think I can see that? Okay. But it's like, yeah, everybody ain't meant to get it. I mean, it's just not. I mean, there's like if you really look, like, think of the video games. There's more background characters normally in the video game than there are players. Now, some games, yes, thousands of players play at a time, but there's more background, and so everybody ain't gonna get it. Everybody ain't meant to get it. Everybody shouldn't get it. You know, there's so many haters that they shouldn't get it. Let me see. What'd you say? Um, I try not to be on the bandwagon of our sisters, men, but Serena looking manly as fuck. Yeah, she's that square chin. You just no way. Look at her even as a little boy, square chin and all. They pay hosts to their children. Yeah, exactly. That that ain't having no baby. I remember that channel, Chronicles of Judah, broke it down to the 100th power. Yeah, he was funny. He was funny. He got everybody saying allegedly. Chronicles of Judah is the allegedly dude. He's the one that made allegedly a spell. Yep, I remember him. I forgot about him when they erased my channel. I forgot all about him. Bad wagons. Is he still on? I forgot about him. What's your thought on the 144,000, big bro? On the one, give me some context. What's the context of the 144,000? I'm not understanding the question fully. Give me a little more context. Maybe I'm missing something. I'll leave more round. But yeah, give me some context. What's your thoughts on 144,000? Rapture. What does that mean? WAPO. What does that mean? Yeah, conspiracy. Give me some context, because I'm really not sure. His last video 2 years ago. He moved his platform ever since. Okay, 2 years ago. Okay, that's about how long they took my channel down. Yeah, they took my channel down January of 21. Yeah, about a year ago they took my channel down. January of 21. I was doing a live stream. Oh, the rapture, the 154 people saved. Well, that goes also. Remember the dude wrote the book. Remember the dude wrote the book about, all the Christians getting saved and all the Christians going to heaven. They be flying planes, driving cars. Yeah, that's just a number. Doesn't mean that it's only 144,000. That go back to Noah. Remember, all the people got killed with Noah. Noah was only able to bring around so many people. So that's Noah told again. Everybody ain't gonna be in the boat, So that's all that is. Okay, thank you for the context. Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, the chosen gods. Yeah. See them peoples think they would be the ones. Yeah, I probably should. I've been thinking about just doing a channel all spiritual, light one. That's what she's been asking me. She's been asking me just to do it on that. But yeah, that's backs to that Noah shit, And then the dude wrote the modern story of that, where the people doing the planes. They made a movie. It's a movie about those goofy books, saying that but see that goes again to chosen people. Who would decide that? And and why that specific number? And then what parts of the country? Is it just like, so many people here, so many people there? I mean, it's really, how is it done? Are they all together? Are they spread around the world? You know? So yeah, that's just Noah's Ark all over again. That's all. But again, I'll say this, we're not scared to die. That's the one thing, is don't be afraid to die. Now, maybe the number 144,000 is the people that's scared to die or the wicked. And so this is who gets to come back every time. And when they come back every time, they in charge. That could be that number. Because again, if it's associated with that book, it's not really positive or meant for all the people. But it could mean 144,000 people rule everybody. They try to say the 1%. That's what it could mean, is the 144,000 people rule the world, which would be almost 1%, less than 1%. So these same family groups that been back since Babylon, go back to Marduk. So it could, if you look at it like that, that would make sense too. Because you see the power in the same hands over and over and over again through history. You see in the same names, the same power in the same hands. It's just like our government has become better thieves. I mean, what does the dude say? Got the shirts that say taxation is thievery? Absolutely, it's thievery. I mean, they just want to send all that money away and gave all that money to Afghanistan. And don't you know, if you'd have said, like, why doesn't America get this money and still Afghanistan? They'd have said you was on America. Do you think the reincarnation is real? I reasonably believe it may be a big name that reincarnation is silly. Yeah, it's not real. I mean, this is the way to look at it. It's not a matter if it's real or not. Can you do it? You wouldn't want to do it. I mean, imagine you getting all this wisdom. If you live to be 90 years old and you retain some of all this wisdom and you can take memory into death, reincarnation erases all memory from death. It doesn't want you to take memory into death. Neither do these monsters. Neither do these monsters that run things. They do not want to take memory into the next phase. That's why reincarnation is memory wipe. It's memory wipe. And so you got to do it all again. You got to learn all again. So no, you wouldn't want that. When it's time to go, have no fear. Have no attachments. Yes, it would be nice to spend more time with whoever, but you spend enough time with them. When it's time to go, let go of everything. Let go of everything. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Because that's what the illusion wants you to do. The illusion wants you to hold on to something here. They want something here to keep you here. I mean, that's what a ghost is. A ghost is something that wants to be here still. It's scared to move ahead. So the point is to move ahead. You want to get up out this. You want to get up out of this. Let's see. At the Hebrew Israelite doctrine with the side eye. Kind of got you. Yep. Samson was a beast until he was weak for a woman. Kind of, yeah. Soul trap in the rabbit hole. I've gone down it now. It's super interesting. There are people testimonies who were pronounced dead and came back. I mean, that's what I read that the other night on Tecumseh brother. They thought he was dead. He had went into a trance so deep that he was barely breathing. They couldn't even see, couldn't feel his pulse or nothing. They thought he was dead. After like 3 days, they was about to bury his ass. The motherfucker woke up. Like, hey, I've been up with the real shit. I believe reincarnation is real. I felt many times that I have lived before. Plus, Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah. I'll tell you, though, I'll say this. I'll say this for reincarnation. It goes into what I call dimensional bleeding. So what you really feeling is dimensional bleeding of you. Now, I know the way they set it up about reincarnation, that a lot of times it makes you think that dimensional bleeding is a past experience or another experience. but actually it's just dimensional bleeding. Some kind of way you are touching on two dimensions, and or even if you're getting a glimpse of another dimension, because that's how it come a lot of times. It just be a glimpse, but the glimpse is enough. Like you won't even normally won't notice, but in the state of mind you was in, the glimpse came and you was able to see it or see enough of it to make you think, well, damn. And then you'll start noticing little glimpses of some things, and so you think that those glimpses was you in other lives when really you getting some kind of dimensional bleed, which is not necessarily reincarnation. My neighbor came back from this prison system. Sometimes I feel knowledge I have is a curse. Lost everyone and anything to me because of things I know. Yeah, definitely. It's not like I say about the boule. You know, I got dudes that went into join the frat in the 80s, and they straight boule. They all retired, good jobs. The boule helped them. And these cats wasn't rich. Some of them was okay off, but it's like they lived the boule life. They in their 60s still throwing Mason hand signs, because a lot of them boule and Masons too. And so boule winning. I'm not gonna say the boule ain't winning, they winning. But there's a price to pay. There's a price to pay. Because they sold their souls through the frats. They made their commitment to the beast through the frat, not knowing that it's the beast that's sitting there, that's who you giving all this energy to when you throwing these hand signs and shit, is the beast. And Masons ain't much better. I mean, you see that Rig Magrus game? Yeah, make it stressful for betters. Yep. That's why I made that little bullshit. Pharaoh was mentally ill. Which one? Is there something, the birthmarks, you think that we take them into the next existence? That's a little bit of Voodoo, and you see movies that try to use that kind. Kind of hard to say. Different cultures look at it different ways, so uh, kind of hard to say. I know, like some of these, you can, like, I know I got the glasses marked, but some of these bruises on my face, yeah, kind of the spiritual war shit that you go through as you move through. Sometime you come out injured, so it's possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna count it out of hand, but it's possible. Yeah. A lot of truth. The cartoon movie Soul. Yeah, some of it. Yeah, some of it is. They show like in Soul, they show your what do you call it? Let me get the right word. Or Akashic records. They show that in Soul. Like when he's walking down and he's looking at past things, those are Akashic records. So yeah, some of it is. Some of it's pretty good. And they said that the only woman that's going to be in heaven are the virgin women. We know that most young girls, that's what I threw the Hebrews out. That's the same thing the Muslims say. The Muslims say, you go to heaven with so many virgins, honey wine. Muslim heaven or sitting with Allah is you drink honey wine with virgins all the time, just virgins. Yeah. Islam says the same thing. Yep. Should be focused on leaving this planet, go back to our original star system, where all the star system colonized these slave masters. Well, I mean, I guess that's the way to look at it. I ain't got to throw no shade on that. Go back to our original selves. Yeah. We all sell out actors, see them as sellout actors, their roles, fraternities, and the breeding grounds for Freemasons. If you do good level, yeah, it will take you up. Yep. You ever grow the king tut goatee? No, not really that long. You ain't really get that long. One of them camps got that girl gets on here, period. She's considered a woman. For real, when one of them camps said that if a girl gets a period, oh yeah. You got girls getting a period at 10 years old. So, and we know over in the Muslim world, they be selling girls at 10 years old. Disney Soul was flat out mockery. How they get away for passing that off as kids' movies, straight blasphemy, just shows how ignorant and docile the masses are. I mean, some of it was okay. Whoops, sorry. But some of it, I kind of agree with you saying. It kind of, I'm not really, you say blasphemy, that's kind of a religious word. These rumors on gay NBA players, do you know any undercover brothers? No, Danny, I don't really get into it like that. Don't care that much about that. Um, Documents who remember the past lives and found it, traced it. It's all over YouTube. I don't know about that. I still don't know about that. Because one thing about the rabbit hole, just to give that a thing, you can dig a hole and it will feed you. Now, I've said this before. There's a brother out there. Now, I'm not gonna throw any shade, say his name, but his point of view he keeps finding on Wikipedia, because Wikipedia will keep feeding you that shit. I mean, the mud flood is a perfect example of that. You keep looking that shit up, you'll keep finding these old buildings can't be explained, this shit and that bullshit, and make you try to believe that the shit in New York, only Europeans could dig out these mansions. This shit is just, some of the shit is just beyond stupid. I mean, it really is beyond stupid. So it's just not believable. So the point is you can study anything, and the way this system, the way this beast is, it will keep on opening, 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 opening. It will keep feeding this shit to you, is my point. You keep looking up this shit, some of this shit will be fed to you. That's why I really love Sharite, because Sharite will help me in the energy and the information I bring in. It will filter the shit almost. Because I've said before, I go into a bookstore, books be falling off at me and shit. You know, like the book Be Here Now. That book literally fell off the top of the shelf into my hands. Well, that shit damn near hit me. It was either catch the book or be hit with the book. I decided to catch the motherfucker. I mean, literally, I'm just standing there and this book comes flying down off the shelf. And I just caught it. And I was like, oh, started reading it. So good energy, good information, bringing it in. But you have to look out what you study. You got to make sure you're just not studying some bullshit that's just opening up because that's your interest. And that's what we see in Mud Flood. We see some shit just opening up like Moses opened up the sea. That's what happens. We live in the information age, and that's what will happen. You will go down certain avenues and the shit will just keep opening, and you think you're going down the right avenue. And then come to find out, if you look at some other shit, be like, fuck, I done put all my eggs in that basket. And that's the fucked up thing is. And this is the fucked up thing. You go down that shit so long that even though you see it to be fake and fraud, you have put so much effort in it. And that's what we see about a lot of them motherfuckers, Karen Mayo and them niggas. They was Hebrew Israelites for so long, they had to try to match the American Indian movement when all them niggas was here Hebrew Israelites at first. They can't let that part go. Because you listen to his videos, listen to his rap, that Hebrew Israelite shit is in there. It's still in there. So he say American Indian shit, but he is still part of them Hebrew Israelites. Because again, they put their eggs in their basket and they can't be proven wrong. They don't accept that they proven wrong. What did you say, Lorenzo? I'm sorry, running my mouth. Oh man, better be aware of some of these people in the truth movement. They say some shit and it would have you agreeing to it, and you think about it. Once you realize it, yeah, exactly. You got to filter in. And mermaids. I don't know. I think yeah, mermaids is something you gotta study a little more. Horse race mermaids exist, but they are not pretty like we see in cartoons. Well, that was a whole society at one time. I mean, you know, you understand the water formed before the land formed. And so life was here when there was no land. And so there had to be some kind of beings that was able to move around. As a matter of fact, motherfuckers that lived out of the water didn't need land. They didn't need land. They didn't need land. They was able just to, you know, I talk about that and, you know, my creation existence. The people that lived out of the water did not need land. And the people in the water that didn't want to live in the water all the time could create something else to live outside. I mean, it was all this kind of abilities, all this kind of abilities. So, edge teeth and eat people, flat earth. And so, you know, it's just they're what they're trying to do is put different societies that they don't know anything about. You know, you're talking about something so ancient that there's no way we could really understand it. And they're trying to apply it to say, well, this shit is still around. I mean, if it is around, they ain't trying to be found. I mean, they've been here longer than us, so they know how to avoid these motherfuckers. It's shit that can avoid this shit, you know. Motherfuckers out there be right next to it. You see how they've got to where they can shield the shit, the predator shit, you know, put the illusion shit. And these motherfuckers fall for the illusion shit. So, you know, the shit that don't want to be fucked with got the power to make them not fuck with them. It's like they can't go under the ocean and they got motherfuckers living under the ocean. They can't go under the ocean, but motherfuckers live under the ocean. But these motherfuckers can't go there. They try, and they think that their technology has helped them enough. But these motherfuckers live on Earth they can't fuck with. And they don't fuck with. They leave them alone. It's like Q on Star Trek. Q was the baddest motherfucker, but you knew it was motherfuckers badder than Q. And when they checked Q's ass, you know, Q didn't realize the motherfucker was badder than him either. Until they took that shit away from him, like, check yourself, motherfucker. And Q was like walking around like Spock. He had Spock, you know, he wasn't any further. Then they gave him his juice back. Like, yeah, motherfucker, we can take your juice. We badder than you are. And, you know, saying that, it's motherfuckers that work for these peoples, or these people work for them. And they are tied to this shit just as much. These ancient motherfuckers, they can't leave this shit. It ain't good for where they would go if they die. So they still hanging around this bullshit. Cherokee, it's not original name. That's just for the pale faces. We went by the original name, Anasumlia, which meant principal people. Yeah, I came across that term. Way to go. Yeah. But yeah, good ad. Well, I'm getting tired of sitting. I need to stand up. I'm gonna be a pickleball playing motherfucker tomorrow between watching games. I don't be taping these bullshit games. Lobo, you ever see this? You make videos, the ones that make videos off of this bullshit, make the videos off of this bullshit. Like I did that Dunwoody shit, didn't even need, you know, a bunch of, you see that ball, you see it, like it's like we've been catching them. I think this is the best year of catching the vector drop, catching the drop, and seeing how the ball is manipulated through the drop. This is the best we've ever caught it, I think, this year. And so keep pushing the videos out, the ones that make it. And I don't care what you call it. I ain't got no ego. I just want the message to go out about this shit. That's the thing. The more eyes on it, you know, you guys make money from it. That's great. Keep making money on it. I'm fine. I ain't got no ego. You know, I didn't push this shit out here not to be a teaching, you know, not to teach about something. I put this shit out here also as a teaching thing to say, you teach more. And the more eyes we got on it, the more people can look at it and say, this is bullshit. There we go. But we'll never convince all of them. For every one person that we convince, it's 1 million people that's hypnotized by sports. Millions. So you might switch one's minds, and really it ain't none of our. I have no aim to make anybody think anything different. My aim is this: you look at this, and if you think this stuff is real, then you still all into it. Just jumping like they won the finals. Yeah. Well, national TV. You know, they won the national TV games, and those are bigger games. You know, national TV games are bigger games than this your local market. Yeah. That's why all the Timberwolves games are on TV. David Blaine, Truth in Plain Sight. Yeah. And they have to tell us. I mean, that's the thing. They have to expose this shit. Some kind of way they have to expose their corruption. There's some kind of agreement out there that they have to expose so much of what they do. So I'm gonna get a divination. Trying to think. The first games come on at 11:45 my time. Looks like Boise State plays Memphis at 11:45. That looks like the earliest game. Let's see. So yeah, 11:45 my time. That's Central. So 12:45. Yeah. Thursday game. That looks like the earliest game. Let me keep going. Yeah, that seems to be the earliest game. 12 o'clock will be Baylor. And who won that game? Oh, Norfolk State. Damn, I'm looking. Yeah, they made it. So that appears, let's see. Friday. No, here's the earliest game right here. Okay, so the earliest game appears to be Providence and South Dakota State at 11 a.m. Eastern. So that'd be 10:40 my time. Let me see if there's an earlier game. That appears to be the earliest game. So the basketball junkies. Yeah, because Colorado State plays Michigan at 10:45 or 11:45 Eastern. So yeah, that game is still early. Well, no, that's the earliest. 11:40. 10:40 compared to 10:15. So 11:15 a.m. Eastern, 10:15 Central, and then out there west, y'all, yeah, early in the motherfucker out west. But yeah, Michigan, Colorado is the first game. And then Ohio State, Loyola, Chicago, looks like they're the first game Friday. So the divination will be Ben. And its common Mayan usages is cane, fluid, reference point, time, space, traveler, skywalker, angelic, messenger, pillars of heaven, courage, new direction, mysterious journey, compassion. The symbol is quartz crystal flight, heart chakra. The number is 13. Color is sunset pink. Herbs is almonds. Flowers pink rose. Flower essence is silver sword. Scents are rose. Stones, kunzite, rose quartz, pink sapphire, star, rose quartz. Element earth. Directions east. Shadow, desire for isolation, withdrawal, retreat, fear of the unknown. Limited to reference points, oversensitivity. But the way you can transform out of it is explore your growth edges by directly facing challenges. Draw the light of courage and compassion into yourself and radiate to others. Look at life as a sacred journey. The balance is harmonic wisdom is the balance. The mantra, put hands up over the head of a few inches apart, forming pillars, then moving up and down from the head to heart as in creating a column of energy through you. Meditation. I am a struck bell. Once struck, there's no return. May the light of love that I am spill into the lives of all I touch and be harvested. Affirmation. I am a pillar of the invisible temple that brings heaven to earth. So little fuchsia. I guess fuchsia pink is the color. And again, the sun is always a background color. So, and as I always end, let me see, did I say everything I wanted to say? Oh, do y'all remember this shit? In The Color Purple, when Suge brought her new man to Whoopi's and them house, and dude said, Danny Glover said, he said, you had her your way, and I had her my way, but we both had her. That's some funny shit. You had her your way, and I had her my way. Oh. Yeah, I guess that's all about had today. But yeah, the media wants war like a motherfucker. I mean, these motherfuckers, that's the same trick they've done every time. It's Vietnam. Look at pre-Vietnam. All the reporters wanting war with Vietnam. And that's the propaganda. They start with the media. The media ain't our friends. The media ain't giving us good information all the time. Uh, Shoot, Conspiracy University just did a video on how they can fucking give us propaganda. So shit, these motherfuckers ain't our friend. Shit, you know, they ain't nowhere to get the real energy from. All right, so Mora, it all starts with a gentle sadness. They came from their original homeland. They knew that they had exact numbers of years and days before they would disappear off the earth as a culture and a lifestyle. But then they would love the civilization that they built because they would turn it into a gentle love. They lived in the Creator's day and knew how to separate cycles in the great serpent, which is our Milky Way galaxy. And to all my relations, to all the people that watch me, to all my friends, all my relatives, I am another yourself. So treat me as though you would treat yourself. Treat your neighbor, treat your friend. See yourself in them, as Marco says. Look at them as like a reflection of you in some ways. All right, so rest well on your terrace as you lay on your terrace tonight or your creation ball field. Rest well. And be back tomorrow. Same time, around 12 a.m. Might come in the afternoon because of the game. So till we meet again, say less.